Greeting to all our viewers. You are watching her press review on DAKARACTU with Chancel Florence, journalist. From national level, this event happened in Senegal. Let's start in politics with the recent two-day visit of Rwanda President Paul Kagame to Dakar. Upon his arrival, the head of state and candidate for the presidential election of Rwanda, scheduled for July 15, 2024, was welcomed by the leader of Senegal, Bassirou Diomaye Faye. According to a report for the Senegalese press agency, Mr. Kagame has planned a face-to-face meeting with his Senegalese counterpart during this stay, followed by a private breakfast on Sunday. The presidency shared on social media Facebook page that the two politicians are engaging in discussion aimed at strengthening the bond of fraternal friendship and cooperation between the two nations. The last stage of this visit was marked by the presence of the men on the last day of the first phase of the Basketball Africa League of Dakar Arena. The two heads of state follow a high-level match won by AS Douane to Senegal against the Rwanda Patriotic Army team. Another presence of the national territory, or the more interesting, the visit of the founder of La France Insoumise, Jean-Luc Mélenchon. French politics start on Wednesday, May 15, a 4-day visit to Senegal, the first step being above all to have a meeting with the head of the Senegal government and leader of PASTEF party, Ousmane Sonko. This first face-to-face between the two men was an opportunity to address the point of convergence between the two parties, the aspiration to renegotiate trade agreement or fishing agreement between Senegal and Europe, but also a common vision of the Francophonie open to Africa. The founder of France Insoumise also took advantage of welcoming the democratic transition in Senegal. He already set his foot in Nigeria as part of the exchange and cooperation between the two countries. President Bassirou Diomaye Faye received the president of ECOWAS Commission the following day. The head of state visited Accra on May 17 in Ghana. The purpose of this 48 hours of travel remained the same. For the same reason, the head of state will discuss with his counterpart on subjects related to strengthening of bilateral cooperation and regional integration. When it comes to the society, Ousmane Sonko spoke during an international council on flood prevention and management in Diamniadio. According to him, there are certainly heavy rain in some area of country, but there is also notable indiscipline among part of the population. The Prime Minister planned to inject the necessary resources to find solutions to these questions. There is a lot of money invested in flooding. We are going to audit the 717 billion that the state says it has invested in management, he had. Another societal issue on which the Prime Minister discussed is about the drop in prices. Indeed, in this communication during the Council of Ministers on Wednesday, May 15, Ousmane Sonko talked about one of the possible measures to reduce the price and the cost of living, which will also particularly concern foodstuff like such broken rice, bread, granulated sugar, and oil. Also, the Prime Minister was part of consultation with representatives of producers, traders, transporters, as well as a consumer association. At the end of the day of this consultation, a report with a specific proposal will be submitted to the President of the Republic himself, Bassirou Diomaye Faye. And still talking about prices, rumors are circulated about an alleged increase of prices when it comes to electricity from the part of Senelec. The company, in fact, will be information related to the bakery sector. The Senegalese electricity company informed that in Senegal, electricity prices are not set according to the consumer sector of activity, but according to the use, whether domestic or professional, and the power of these devices to make it work. Moreover, she recalled that since December 2023, with the decision of Energy Sector Regularity Commission, which is recorded elimination of the price of the third tranche of welfare, the price list has not been subject to any modification.
2024 2025 2024 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 2025 20
We move on to the international news, starting with the 20 years prison sentences of 55-year-old former Gambian Interior Minister Ousmane Sonko. Swiss justice convicted him for various crimes against humanity under the regime of former President Yahya Jammeh, dismissing part of the charges. According to Philip Grant, director of the NGO Trial International at the origin of the procedure, this historic case sent a message for the future in the fight against impunity. The perpetrated serious crimes, even the minister rank and now within the reach of justice. However, it also learned that the Mr. Ousmane Sonko has the possibility of appealing before the same court. In Slovakia, Prime Minister Robert Fico was attacked and shot several times on Wednesday evening, according to Slovak media. He has since regained consciousness. Interior Minister announced enhanced protection measure for politicians and journalists, while calling on the population not to support hatred against one or the other political party. Columnists also believe that the polarization of the country may have favored the act. In Chad, General Mahamat Idriss Déby was declared president-elect of country on Thursday, May 16, by the Constitution Council, which rejected the appeal of the Prime Minister's successor. The latter, who claimed to have won the election, played appeasement by admitting there was no more legal recourse and recalled all his supporters to continue peacefully the political fight. We end this press review with the recent visit of Russian President Vladimir Putin on Thursday, May 16 to Beijing, China. The two men had to explain the extremely difficult situation in Kharkiv region under Russian assault for a week already. Vladimir Putin and the Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping have assured that they will avoid any further escalation in Ukraine, according to a joint statement published by the Kremlin after the meeting in Beijing. The text says that the Beijing and Moscow consider it necessary to avoid any decision likely to contribute to the prolongation of hostile and further escalation of the conflict, a formulation seemingly to target European and American, with the Kremlin constantly saying that it is the weapon delivery from the West to Ukraine that keep the war going. It was your press review on DAKARACTU with Chancellor Florence journalist. I wish you a great weekend and see you next time.